Hi, welcome to Hurry to Fitness. This video is about exercise instruction for at-home fitness training. I had seen lots of exercise videos released by fitness trainer. So most of the fitness trainer were focusing on increasing the training intensity because the general idea about exercise is you need to feel that training intensity by increased in breathe or sweat a lot or something, then only people able to get that sense of well-being. Yeah, that's right, but it doesn't suit for all category of people who do fitness training. Basically, we classify the clients into three main categories. It's like one is beginner, people who don't have any training experience, or they started the training and till the 6 months of consistent training we consider them as a beginners. Next thing is intermediates, people who have 6 months plus experience, 6 months to 1 year of training experience, we call them as again consistent training for more than 6 months to 1 year, they will be considered as intermediate. 1 year plus consistent training, they will be considered as advanced people. Here I had emphasized the word consistency again and again, because if you are not consistent to your activity, you need to slightly downgrade. For example, if an advanced trainer who is not working out for a period of time, maybe 1 month of time, he need to consider himself as a intermediate. This rule applies for the intermediate also. So why? Because your body get deconditioned very fast. When you stop training for a period of time, you will lose your muscle mass, your strength and everything. Primarily you don't recruit your core muscles. So for that you can recap it very fast. This is the number one rule. So this video is an exercise instruction for beginners. So for beginners, basically based on my training system, I have a training system called CFR, Corrective Functional Resistance Training. An exercise program should focus on three important components. Number one is posture. We incorporate some kind of a corrective exercise to align the posture first. From there, movement. So if your posture is aligned, then only you are able to do the movements. I can say prime moves. You are squatting, bending, lunging, pushing, pulling and twisting. If you design any type of exercise program, this prime move is going to be the part of your exercise program. So if your posture is not aligned, you're not able to get your movement in a right form. That is called form of exercise. So next thing is movement. For that we'll incorporate some kind of movement preparation exercise. We call that as a functional exercise. Finally, the resistance is an important component of exercise to get results. When you want to looking for weight loss or weight gain or whatever it is, or physiological change, definitely there need to be a resistance. In training intensity is a part of it. To increase the training intensity, basically it's like we work on 4 or 5 different components. Number one is adding more repetition to the exercise. Number 2 is adding more number of sets. Number 3 is adding more number of reducing the rest between sets. Finally, we add training load. So these are the 4 components to add more resistance. And any full impact exercise is again, it also adds intensity to the exercise, maybe something like a jumping and hopping. So I find most of the exercise program is focusing on jumping and hopping movements. That doesn't suit for a beginner. See the program, what I'm going to prescribe you in my next video, you need to follow this basic instruction. Number one, you need to focus on your posture component by doing that corrective exercise. Number 2, it's like I had given some kind of a core training to get your prime moves in a right form. From there, finally we focus on resistance training. That is your whole body movements, maybe hinging or squatting, lunging, everything has been incorporated. For beginners, it is pretty tough to train your biceps and lat, because you definitely need, with your body weight alone, it is not possible. You definitely need a tool like a pull-up bar, or maybe a bar with a safety bar to get a modified pull-ups, or a dumbbell to do your biceps. Don't try to do your biceps and lat, because beginners doesn't have the strength to do that. Next thing is, don't focus more on training intensity. Don't try to incorporate too much of hopping and jumping movement, because if your landing is not soft, what I mean by, for example, somebody is given an instruction of box jump. If they don't have the strength to land it this soft, they have too much of impact on the knees. So that's why I completely eliminate all kind of hopping and jumping movement into that. If it is a mild jumping movement like a jumping jack, it's fine, but don't follow any full impact jumping. So follow the entire program for weekly 3 days. So I recommend the entire program for 3 days. It may be Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. That's good enough. Rest of the 3 days, you can do some kind of a low intensity cardio activity if you have some kind of a stationary bike or a treadmill at your home, or you can go for a walking. A bare minimum, what I recommend is you try to do a Surya Namaskara for 8 to 10 cycles. That acts like a low impact cardio for 3 days. So the program is for 3 days, and the other alternative 3 days, it's like they need to do a low impact cardio. Next thing is how many sets. You can use 2 to 3 sets of do all the exercise for 12 to 15 repetition. Don't focus on the number of repetition. If you are a beginner, focus more on the form of exercise. Try to connect your body. If you focus on the form of exercise, that itself add too much a proper intensity to your exercise program. Then next thing is, it's like if you want, if you are a little bit, for example, you already have 2 to 3 months of training experience, you didn't find that exercise program is not intense, you can reduce the rest period. Normally I recommend 40 to 60 seconds rest in between sets. You can reduce that to 30 seconds if you find that exercise program is very easy. And it's like, and again, if you want to add your training intensity a little bit more, I give you one tip. It's like, just note down the entire time took to complete the entire program. You can reduce the time. For example, first day you did the program at somewhere around 40 minutes. The next day, try to reduce it to 35 or 38 or 37 minutes, even a 2 minutes of reduction in overall time. Note down the time in your log or something like that. If you are able to reduce the time, if for example first day it took 40 minutes, the third week if you are able to do the entire program by 30 minutes, that itself good enough for a beginner. And at this point of time, once again I'll tell you, don't focus on any weight loss or weight gain goals. Focus on consistent, try to reap the benefit of consistency, improve your posture and movement. That is the primary goal at this point of time. Thanks for watching.